Hello, good afternoon. This is Lindsay from Upfront Counseling Solutions right here in Medicine Hat, Alberta. So what I would like to do is give an intro to four talks. The talks are going to focus on the Four Horsemen from Gottman. These talks are going to focus on both couples counseling and just relational tips and advice. So this is a little bit of an intro. We're going to cover the Four Horsemen. What is that? I mean, that sounds a bit ominous and spooky, right? Well, it's not. It can be, though. Oftentimes in relationships, we can get into conflict. As they say, argue. Couples can argue. And some of the things that we often hear from couples is, we're eating dinner, we haven't talked all week. Or, yeah, I'm in the doghouse tonight, I guess it's gonna be the couch. Or, yeah, we haven't made love for 3 weeks, I think she's still mad at me. So the whole idea is, how do we walk through conflict? Why is it so difficult? How come arguments seem to come back time and time again? And sometimes it seems like the same stuff that you're arguing about. And so how do we walk through conflict in a productive way where we can be heard, validated, and understood? Well, that's what I do all the time with couples and also in relationships. I help people be able to communicate better. Instead of arguing, it's learning really how to listen. Because in most arguments, we don't want to listen because the other person is our adversary. They're the bad guy, right? Yeah, it's true. Do we want to listen to the person when we think that the other person does not have our back? Oh no, not at all. We don't want to listen to them. We want to win the fight, the argument, and just yes, I'm going to win. Do you really win? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. No, there's losers and then there's losers. Both are losers. Why? Because if you love the person, you really want to connect. You really want to be on the same page and understand the heart of the conflict. But how do you do that? Well, this is just the intro to the Four Horsemen. How do you remove the toxic communication? And what is the antidote to the toxic communication? It's pretty interesting. Have you been fighting or just not in a good place, or your kids left, as far as your empty nesters, and it's just you and the missus now? Or you've been in a relationship and it's always about the kids and everything else, but you're last in the relationship, so you don't really have the tools to really communicate with each other. So this is for you. Or if you've been at work and having challenging relationships and you need to learn how to communicate better and walk through conflict. And hey, maybe you might even be friends. Well, I hope so if you're married. Anyway, this is just the intro. There's going to be 4 more talks on the Four Horsemen. Sounds like the Grim Reaper. It's not. It can be. Anyway, the 4 talks will be focusing on the 4 toxic things and the antidote to those things, that really destroys good communication. The first is criticism. Second is defensiveness. The third is contempt, or being contemptuous. What does that mean? The fourth is stonewalling. All these sound pretty bad, pretty ominous, but if you want to know how to manage them and how to remove them, from your relationship, come back again. And you can also follow me on YouTube. Upfront Counseling Solutions, just look it up. And if you like what I have to say, give me a thumbs up. All right, you have a great day. This is Lindsay from Upfront Counseling Solutions here in Medicine Hat at my private practice. And if you need counseling, here I am. Have a great day.